Great day, great day, great day. Greetings to the tubers. I was at video. First disclaimer, I am a mother, so you might hear my children in the background. Um, I might have to go away for a second. But I wanted to give a little history about me. I have suffered with migraines for a lot of years since I was 12 years old. And I was given pills to take since 12, but I just wouldn't. So I wanted to show you all something that I was able to do to get rid of my own migraines, but I was able to make myself. And going to the hospitals or the white coats didn't help me. Now, first, we do have to register when dealing with migraines what the cause of your migraine is. So, for me, my main cause of the migraine is I sleep by power poles that have LED lights, and that's not good for you. And also, since I had my last baby, I registered that I've had some all the way in the back tooth issues. Like, feels like there's a crack in it, maybe. So, if you have dental issues and that's the cause of your migraine, meaning all of everything is connected. All right. So, you have these nerves in your mouth that go into your head. So if you're having issues with your mouth, hence the migraine. Well, if you're having a migraine and it's not related to dental issues, then it could be stress, it could be something that you have eaten. So you're just going to have to figure out what is the cause of the migraine first. And then you're going to need to alleviate that problem as much as possible. So if it's a dental issue, then you need to brush and clean out that area as much as possible. Make sure there's no food in it. If there is a hole or if you have a gap there, whatever the case. So I wanted to give you all some history on something. So I want you all to stay a lot of bit open in your thoughts. And um, I'm going to be honest with you. I have been prescribed oxycodone, Roxyset, Imitrex, ibuprofen, 800 milligrams, 10 milligrams of volume, and other things for my migraines, for my headaches. But the main thing that I realized that helped for me was a concentrated amount of cannabis. So, if you didn't know, cannabis has been used throughout history, or her story. Her story is what I like to say, for at least a few millennia, right? There has been manuscripts from the Mesopotamia region dating to the second millennia BCE that centered their medicine around cannabis and its research. If you go to the Center of Medicinal Cannabis Research at the University of California in San Diego, you'll be able to find quite a bit of information in reference to the benefits of cannabis in not only migraine pain, but chronic pain, period, and an assortment of other things. And also in ancient Greece, in the Middle Ages of Europe, they kept cannabis on hand for cranial pain therapies. So this is something that has been used for quite some time. Even prominent pioneers in the modern ages have used cannabis for neurological um, issues in the 19th to the 20th century. Only in the 1930s did it become an issue with using cannabis as a form of medicine because of a heading of reefer madness, right? We all remember that, right? There was a whole bunch of advertisements on your TV telling you about reefer madness, how detrimental it was, and what it was going to do to you if you didn't take it right. But we know the real. Okay, so how can cannabis help? So before I get to like what I did exactly, I'm wanting to just give you all some information because the main thing was cannabis use. So how can cannabis help with migraines? When a migraine approaches scientifically, there's some type of irregularities of your serotonin and neurotransmitters. All this may play a part in why you're experiencing the migraine or what's the cause of the migraine, because the causation is the main issue that a lot of people don't deal with. We want to deal with bandaging when we see we have a problem. So that's what I was doing. I knew my head was hurting and I was like, oh, okay, let me take some pills. So I actually got some ibuprofen, 600 milligram, and I took it. It just took some pain away, but that was all. And then I started taking that was once a day for 3 days. That's what I did. 600 milligrams ibuprofen. On that third day, I had to take pills 3 times a day. So it was like done. So I got a hold of some cannabis capsules, 25 milligrams. So I took 2 of that. And then I wound up being able to make me a butter, like I was saying.
Crying with me.
Oh, baby.
He's whining on me.
Why are you so loud? Come here, honey.
Baby.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, yeah. But as I've stated before, but if you're new here, you might not have heard. Just take a quick redirection. I'm going to give you all some more information about your endocannabinoid system. So, endo represents inside, inwardly. Okay. So, inside, we have these receptors. Is basically a talking point in your body, something that says, this is what I need, this is where you got to go, you know. All right, so the endocannabinoid system is essentially the brain's, the network of the receptor sites and the receiving sites for the chemical compound in the cannabis plant herself. Oh, can you see yourself? All right. These tend to behave like a circuit breaker for your brain. So basically, if your system is overactive, the endocannabinoid system tends to quiet it down. So when you ingest cannabis, what happens is it says, oh, you going crazy? Oh my God, yeah, you got this pain. He's so silly. So it says like, all right, I see it. I have it. It's like it eats away the pain. That's what it means when it says calm down, like it takes it away. Okay. Even when they have cases of people with depression, cannabis behaves as a stabilizer. So to stabilize something means to what? To keep it at its a calming point, right? You can also go and check out through the Hebrew University in Israel for more research about your endocannabinoid system. But a lot of people aren't familiar with how important it is, or what even it is, the endocannabinoid system. But this is super important in understanding how and why the cannabis plant is your best go-to thing. Peppermint oil is amazing. I definitely have used peppermint oil, and also I created this paste. So if you have head issues because of tooth issues, this is what I put on me. So if I could just be honest and show you, Here I have a something there after I had my baby, my 3-year-old that came. And then this, as you can see, I've been dealing with that for like 7 years actually. So I put this in my mouth whenever I have a lot of pain and I need the pain to go away immediately. This is what I put in my mouth. And then I made butter and an oil. And what I did was I took this butter because fat solubles, like if you take coconut oil and swish your mouth with coconut oil, the fat in it pulls the treachery from your mouth, the germs, right? So that's the same concept with this. You put this if you have tooth issues, again, is about the teeth, or you take that same oil and butter and you rub it in the back of your temple, right here behind your ear, and then you're going to ingest quite a bit of it itself. Um, if you can see in this, I use that little rectangle maybe amount in a batch of, actually 2 batches of eatables. And I took 2 of my eatables, ate that, rubbed it on my gums, and boom, bow. So I'm not able to tell you all my ingredients, but what I can let you know is if you want to use the peppermint oil, that is a good one to rub on frankincense because it's inflammation basically. You're dealing with inflammation inside of yourself. Okay. So in dealing with women, they've learned that that's the main cause of migraines is inflammation. So if you the THC is likened to, or they look at it as though it's a immunosuppressant. So if it's an immunosuppressant, then that tells you basically, like it said, it keeps everything in order. All right, you're out of whack. You got all this pain happening. It's saying zippity zap zap, boom, bow, out of there. So you can find out where they did the first trial conducted to even give you the information in reference to how they know that for women, the main cause of the migraine is inflammation. So you can find that information at the University of Colorado, the Department of Clinical Pharmacy, which was published in 2016.